This is Shane Watson here for PSB Sports. I'm lucky enough to be joined by Phil Greco. How are you, Phil?
Man, thanks for having me.
It's good to have you on as well. Good to have you on. You obviously you're fighting Amir Khan in April in Liverpool. It's a massive
Yeah.
fight for you. It's a massive fight for the fans as well because a lot of people are looking forward to see Amir Khan on the comeback as well. What do you
Right.
feel about Amir Khan and that saying you're a comeback fight and you're a tune-up fight? How does that make you feel as a fighter?
Oh, he's my tune-up fight. I'm not his tune-up fight. Is that what he's saying? Because he's my tune-up fight as well. Because I've been inactive for 10 months. I needed a good tune-up. He's been, you know, he's been hurt. His last fight, you can compare it to a terrible train wreck where, you know, it's as if you've been in a terrible car accident and you haven't been driving a car for 2 years. How are you gonna feel? You're gonna feel shaky, right? So, it's a good tune-up fight for me as well.
And what does a victory against a name like Amir Khan bring for you to the table?
It definitely opens up other doors for bigger fights. Now, I'm not going to suppress his achievements. He achieved obviously more than I did. But through that, I had a lot of inactivities in my career. But while I was having a lot of inactivities in my career, he was having a lot of success in boxing. So I can't take that away from him. But like the old saying goes, all good things come to an end. And he's been knocked out multiple times. And when you try to pursue your career after you've been knocked out, especially the way he went out on his back his last fight, it's not a good sign. It only gets worse.
And of course, I mean, a lot of fans know you from previous fights, and a lot of people talk about your Errol Spence fight and Sean Porter. Do you think it's unfair to properly analyse the Errol Spence fight due to it being a late notice?
Oh, I let's analyze it like this. I got the call in 48 hours. That's 2 days to lose 16 pounds, right?
Right.
And I actually won the first 2 rounds around on the scorecards as well. Now let's compare to the rest of the fighters that fought Errol Spence that had 8 weeks to get ready. They got killed worse than I did. I didn't get killed. The referee just stopped the fight while I was still while I was on the ropes. I wasn't throwing back, but I was fine. The rest of the fighters that fought with Errol Spence, they got smashed. You know that. I'm not gonna mention any names. So, is it unfair? Look, they can say that it doesn't really matter what they think. It's none of my business what they think about me whatsoever.
Of course, of course. And I mean, um, other names. Who are the other names you'd like to fight in the welterweight division as well?
No, I'm done with the welterweight division after this. This is the last fight that I'm ever killing myself making weight, and it's at 150. I can't make. Look, I could make 147, but why am I gonna look like I've been dead for like a week at the weigh-in? Literally, I want to move up to 54 and not worry about weight, and hopefully, uh, with being victorious on April 21st against Amir Khan, maybe who knows, a fight with Kell Brook in the UK. That could be something to look forward to. But right now, I gotta focus on Amir Khan. I can't underestimate the guy. Yes, of course, I said things, but you only say things because you're trying to hype yourself up. But realistically, he is a good fighter. He's achieved a lot. But at the same time, this is a perfect position for me because he's been out for 2 years, and like I said, he's been knocked out his last fight, and it stayed on his mind all this time. So this is a good opportunity for me.
With boxing really booming at the moment, where would you say the home of boxing is right now? Would you say boxing is bigger in the UK than the United States at the moment?
All right. For check this out. For television viewership, United States is the king. For live audience, nobody comes even close to you guys. UK is literally pound for pound the best when it comes to live audience, where people actually get off their ass, they buy the ticket, they drive to the arena, and they go ahead and witness a live fight. In the United States, Canada, fans are a little bit too comfortable, and they'll support by buying the pay per view. But the UK fans, they'll support it by actually going to the event. And I look forward to actually witnessing, the storm of the fans. Even though I'm gonna get booed, and that's okay. It's a thrill and an honor for me to actually witness it.
And do you think when you do ring walk, how do you feel? How do you think you'll feel when you have people booing you and maybe throwing the odd thing at you as well? How will that make you feel as a fighter?
No, that's not. That's just him and I. There's no crowd. When I'm walking inside that ring, there is no crowd whatsoever. It's just him and I going hopefully toe to toe.
So in this fight, are you banking on Amir Khan Chin to win you the fight? Is that you believe you'll knock him out quite concussively and quite early?
Look, I think it's an overstatement saying he's got a weak chin. The problem is he's been tagged at the right spot at the right time. The real problem, the real issue is Amir has no legs. He does not have the legs to sustain the shot in the chin. That's realistically. If you notice when he gets hit, why he's doing these funny dances, it's the legs as well. He doesn't have them. So no, I'm not gonna bank on the fact that he has a weak chin. I'm gonna bank on the job that needs to be done that I have to do. I'm definitely going for the knockout. There's no, I'm not going for no decision. I'm going for the knockout, not because I think he has a weak chin, only because I have time to get ready and be the best that I can be.
Of course, and I mean, with a big name like Amir Khan on your hit list, well, if you do win the fight, I mean, there'll be plenty of opportunities to come your way. And I know you want to move up to 154, but then like you said, there could be a big chance up there with Kell Brook or another big name at 154 if you do get the victory.
Right. Right now, there's no 154 unless I get through April 21st. So this is a fight where I'm taking seriously. I'm not cutting any corners. And my advice has been to Amir as it is to myself is look, you're pushing your luck too much. You've been hurt. You've been knocked out. You don't want to have. It only gets worse. And for me as well, if I cannot beat a guy like Amir Khan that's been out for 2 years, I need to think about what I want to do with my career because I'm honest and I'm not delusional like this guy is.
Okay, of course, and I want to speak a little bit about your YouTube channel that you have running at the moment called Culinary Fighter. Can you speak to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, it was a platform that me and my producer Jay, we created. We had this idea about 6, 7 months ago. And look, I like to eat. I was always picked on from my teammates, from friends that I like to eat too much. And it's not a good mix with boxing. Well, guess what? We have to eat as fighters, but we have to eat properly. And through the years, always being picked on, I actually came up and used it to my advantage. I made a show out of it. I go ahead, I travel the world, I interview some of the best fighters, and you get a fighter's best attention at the dinner table when he's eating his favorite food. You'll get the best answers out of a fighter, and you get the best mood out of a fighter when he's eating his favorite food. So we're gonna start season 2 probably in the UK after the fight. It was supposed to start in March, but I'm pushing it back for after the fight. And who knows if Amir is kind enough, why not have him on the show and eat some chicken tikka masala, typical Pakistani dish after the fight. We might have some bruises in our head, and that's okay.
Okay, and just a little bit. I know you've been asked this by probably all the press that was on interviews of you, but just a quick word on the whole thing that did happen at the press conference, the water throwing, and obviously talking about his wife and stuff. How did it make you feel when he threw water over you?
This bullshit again. Look, he. I'll say this. I'm gonna sound like a broken record. Why is it okay for him to disrespect his wife, to disrespect his family, his personal life? He broadcasts his life to the millions of people, but when somebody actually repeats it back to him, he gets pissed off. So he throws water at me. That's a typical girl move. When it's as if a guy gets caught cheating. He goes to the club and the girl spills a drink on the guy's face. That's exactly what he did. If he really wanted to do something about it, he said, "I wanted to show him who's boss." Listen, buddy, he didn't show me who was boss by throwing a glass of water in my face. If you wanted to show who's boss, you would have jumped the table and thrown punches at me, right? So he showed me who was girl. He didn't show me who was boss. So with that, I was actually trying to say, look, don't disrespect your personal life and so on social media because the fans are gonna throw it back in your face. So I was going somewhere positive with it, but obviously, his temper I got to his head, and he threw the water at me. So, but I kept it cool, calm, and collected. During the press conference, everybody was saying to me, "Fuck my family." I never said that about his family, but it never got under my skin. He can go ahead and make fun of my family. He can go ahead and make fun of my personal life. Guess what? He don't know my personal life. He doesn't know my family. It's not gonna get under my skin. Go ahead, do what you want. I don't care. I'll laugh. I'll laugh with you. That's the difference between a man and a twat.
Okay, okay. And Phil, it's been great to have you on the phone and to speak about your channel that you're working on and also your fight you got coming up. I wish you all the best of luck in training and sparring ahead of the fight night, and we'll probably catch up with you in Liverpool when you're back over.
Thank you, and God bless you guys.
Thank you very much.
Bye
Bye.
bye.